Despite GTA 5 being an extremely well-built game, there are some parts of this game that border on schizophrenia. Seriously, there are locations here in the game that you will be amazed to discover, whether it's due to bugs, glitches, or some kind of thing that was poorly built or very poorly done, and yet it's here in the game and many people haven't noticed. Today's video will be about locations that don't make much sense or any sense within GTA 5. It's important to make it clear that this video, much like a previous one, is not a direct criticism of the game, okay? This is just a way to show some things that didn't turn out very well or didn't fit very well or simply got bugged and many people didn't notice. So with that said, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and let's get started. The first part here that is really strange is the following. If you come to this part of the map, exactly here, you have to come with a tall car or a truck usually. You will be able to climb on this balcony. Climbing on this balcony, there is a really crazy thing that you can see. I have even shown it in a video of a secret locations. If you come to this part here, you will be able to go down the stairs. And when you get down there, basically there won't be anything. I didn't understand a thing about why there is this space here since there is this well-designed staircase and all. And this is not a mistake of a specific generation or version of GTA 5, like some bugs that have been fixed in several updates. This location here has been since the PS3 version, so if you have a PS3 there, you can check it out, even in the PS5 version exactly the same way with remastering and all, and it kind of makes no sense to have just this space here. This space is also not used in GTA Online, so it's just a vague thing. I think there should be some store here somehow, and it ended up being removed in the final version of the game, or I don't know, it could be some other thing, but it definitely makes no sense to have this here. Second thing, it could be just a reference, but also I don't think it turned out very well. Anyway, there are various references in various ways, but I think this one didn't fit well. That is here at Court Center. For those who don't know, Court Center is where the huge shootout from the mission, the wrap-up, happens. In this place here, which is the location you see on the map, you can see some kind of, I don't know what the name of this is, man. I don't know if it's a curtain. Whoever knows the name, comment it for me. And in this thing, I'll also call it a flag or curtain. You can see Liberty City written and a map of Liberty City underneath. To me, it just seemed a bit senseless. The Easter egg could have been done differently. There are various map Easter eggs in the game in many other places, but still I just didn't think it fit very well. Now going to a completely senseless location, but senseless in the sense of a bug, and it's a bug that has never been fixed and it works in all generations of GTA 5. If you come here to the pier of Los Santos and you climb up to the 5th step, if you press to jump from the 5th step to the water, you will see the character doing a dive, you know, as if he were actually going to dive. But in reality, like, it's very poorly calculated, and then he jumps, hits his head there, sometimes on the fence, sometimes directly on the ground, sometimes it seems like he's gonna make it and get into the water, but he just can't, man. It's simply a total failure. And obviously, let's make it clear, I have no idea why this happens, but it makes no sense at all. Now going to an issue here, like this one I think could have been well worked out, and it wasn't. I think it was just out of laziness from the developers, which is the following. We have that cargo ship here in the game. That's the ship we blow up in the Merryweather heist. Depending on the option you choose and all that, there's a ship you can blow up. And what's the cool thing? If you come here on the ship, you'll see that there's an anchor next to it, because up until then the ship is here, it's anchored. However, if you dive and go look where this anchor is, you'll see that it's not really anchored. The anchor is up here. From my point of view, it's poorly rendered, poorly designed and all that. I think it doesn't make much sense, like given the level of detail in GTA 5, this thing here being so strange, so poorly done. But alright, let's move on to the next one. Next location here is at the docks of the game. At the docks we can see something here that didn't make much sense to me. Many people say it's an Easter egg. I think it's related to the game Fallout. I've never played it. But even if it was, I still find it very strange. Throughout the game we can see cockroaches, right? Like at Trevor's house you can see cockroaches, tiny cockroaches, right? There are cockroaches there, but only when the house is messy. When Patricia is there, there are no cockroaches anyway. If you come to this part of the map at the game docks, you will be able to see some simply giant cockroaches here. Passing by, like they're not like a real bug, you can't shoot at them. It's basically just a 2D drawing passing by on the ground. These textures, they go through the walls. Sometimes they pass there by the end there and end up floating like over the water. A very strange thing, very horrible, poorly rendered. And to me it doesn't make much sense to have these giant cockroaches here. It could be a reference to Fallout, but I think even being a reference it should have been done a little better, because these bugs here, they even float where there is no floor. So it looks much more like a bug than an Easter egg. The next location here is a place that, man, I was really thinking hard, trying to understand what the heck this thing is doing here, but like seriously, I couldn't understand it, which is the following. Throughout the game, we know, I believe, that everyone who has played like reasonably GTA 5 knows that there are electrical substation yards, and then if you enter these electrical substation yards and you climb up to the high voltage areas, if you shoot, sometimes you will see an electric tension animation, and you can also get shocked at the location, including suffering damage. However, if you go straight to the power panels that are next to these power transformers, I don't know if that's the correct term, if you go there, even if you shoot, there will be an animation of the tension there, of electricity and everything. There will be a specific animation for that, but if you get close, you will not be electrocuted. However, specifically in this part of the map, there in the interior, and I don't know if there is another place that the same thing happens. There is an old exposed power box. It's open. If you shoot at it, there will be no electricity animation. There will be nothing like that. However, if you touch it, the character will get shocked, will fall to the ground shaking, because when he touches there, he is automatically electrocuted. Then he falls to the ground shaking like crazy. A very strange thing. After that, he gets up and can go there again several times. To me, it makes no sense to have this power box here, because it's a crazy thing in the middle of nowhere. There are no missions or events here. So why did the developers put an old box that damages the character? I think we will never find out. There's another one here that's pretty simple. When I was looking at these nonsensical places, this one didn't make much sense to me, but I don't know, I was thinking afterwards and I was kind of on the fence. That's this hot dog trailer guys. Usually we see it in parks, cities, high traffic areas, and there's someone there with a stand selling hot dogs, burgers, some things for people passing by there every day to buy. What's the weird thing here? Exactly in this part of the map up there in Sandy Shores. I don't even know if this place is still Sandy Shores. It's very close to Mackenzie Airport. Anyway, coming here, you will see this hot dog stand almost in the middle of nowhere. There are some crops around, some houses a little close and all, but it's a place like that from my point of view. It's very strange to stop a hot dog trailer. I don't think it matched very well. Sometimes you come here and there are some NPCs, like everyone sitting there in those standard universal plastic chairs, and sometimes you get here and there's nothing. The trailer, you can enter and take a look inside. There are some sausages on the stove, some hamburgers too, but anyway, overall I just don't think it makes much sense. Now there's one here. That one is explosive. I definitely couldn't leave this one out. In the mission Daddy's Little Girl, we have to escape through tunnels, right? In case we decide not to kill the NPCs chasing us on jet skis, we have to escape through the tunnels. In this case, Michael is piloting with Tracy on the back of the jet ski, and then we pass through this tunnel here that has a staircase on the side where it shows the sun coming in through the top of the staircase exit and all. And then I decided, after a lot of time playing, I decided to come here and look to see exactly where this staircase was leading to, since I had never seen any place with a surface that had a staircase to go down like this. So I had to come here using no clip mod, because without mod you can't access this location. I got to this ladder and then I realized that the ladder had no collision. In other words, you can't climb the ladder. So I used the no clip mod to go up that part and find out exactly where the exit of this ladder was going up, since the sun was shining down there, and to my surprise there was no place up there. In fact, it's closed on top, and below is a buggy hole showing that it's going towards the sun. But on top of this, here's the parking lot next to the pier. 15. So the area is completely glitched. It's completely nonsensical to have this staircase here. Actually, I think the staircase could even stay, but I think it was very nonsensical for this part to be open on top, as if when you climb this staircase you have a view of the open sky, and on top of that the developers put a parking lot and they even left the bottom as if it were open. Anyway, it turned out to be a bit messed up and in the end completely senseless. Just as strange as this one, but this time without any bugs. It's a supermarket we have here in Sandy Shores. It's very close to that hot dog stand I mentioned to you guys. This supermarket here has a normal front, you guys can see it, and next to the supermarket we have two refrigerators here. So far so normal, right? Most locations here are not usually accessible, only some small convenience stores, and these soda fridges, there are several scattered throughout the game, so everything seems okay. Just a little to the side, guys, we'll have a part here with 3 glass windows and 2 relatively large doors. It was a subscriber who sent me this in the comments of a video. I did check the location before, but there was no video to use it until today, and today that I'm posting the video I couldn't find the comment to show the screenshot on the screen and thank the subscriber. But moving on, you can enter that place. There are 2 refrigerators inside. In this case here, it is exactly the same replica as the ones outside, but in here it doesn't work. The doors also don't work, but the glass window you can break and enter, and for some reason that I didn't understand. That makes no sense at all. There are 2 refrigerators inside, and even stranger, like the guys copied the refrigerator that was outside in here and they took the interaction out of it. So I don't know, this one is completely crazy, something really strange. And last but not least, I think this one might be a bug, but it could also not be. We have a location where several NPCs die when you touch them, but I'm not talking about the mystery location, because there's a place that is a mystery. You get to a wall here, right in the middle of the street, very close to Franklin's house, and in this location, there's the number 1807 on the wall. Near there is a house, and when you go to this house, there's usually a party going on at night, and any NPC you touch at this party dies. So I think there's a mystery behind this house or something like that that hasn't been solved yet. Maybe it's a mystery that was supposed to be in a DLC and will never be solved. But anyway, I think due to that marking of the number 1807 pointing to this house, this one probably has something to do with the mystery. However, if you come to this other part of the map down here in Los Santos, you can climb up to the top of this gallery. And strangely, on top of this gallery, any NPC you bump into will die. In fact, in this gallery, or in the courtyard of this gallery, there's a random event that can spawn here where an armored car appears. But that happens very rarely, so if you come here and bump into the NPC will die. And here I believe that maybe it's a bug, but it could be something much more complex that no one has ever come close to unraveling. But until someone unravels it or discovers if it's actually a bug, it remains completely senseless. And stranger than seeing these senseless places here that I'm talking to you about is seeing some places that were meant to be enjoyed in GTA 5, guys. Very well developed locations within the game that were not used for anything or are simply secret. There's a video here on the channel about the secret locations of GTA 5. Trust me, this video is really cool. Clicking here next to the yellow arrow, you will see this video that is really good. And if you know of any other place that doesn't make sense in GTA 5 that is buggy or strange in some way, comment down below so I can bring it in a future video. That's it, guys. Success, hug, thanks, and I'm out.